Hi everyone, welcome to our review of the new CCM Pro Spec chest protector. Before I start, I just want to give a huge thank you to the guys at CCM Hockey UK for letting us borrow this chest protector so that we can take a close look at it, have a look at all the specs and features, and review it for you all at home. First thing I must mention is that the Pro Spec is very different to the retail Pro chest protectors that CCM have brought to the market in the past. So it's different to the Axis 2 Pro or the eFlex 6 Pro. It is a genuine NHL Pro Spec chest protector, and it's the first time it's been brought to market like this, exactly the same as how the NHL guys wear it. So for that reason, it's designed to meet the NHL chest protector regulations. It's not quite as adjustable as your retail spec chest protectors, especially in the shoulder areas. It can't be adjusted to be any higher or lower just to meet those NHL regulations. So it's a very, very high spec, high end chest protector that we're about to review. But nonetheless, I'm very excited to review it. So it's been built with a flexible construction with various sort of independent adjustment points, mainly sort of around the back and the ribs and in the arms as well. There's many sort of adjustable points there, which we're going to touch on in just a moment, just so you can fully tailor it. The only thing you can't adjust, as I just mentioned, is up around the shoulders. You can't adjust how high that sits or how high the shoulders fit, just because it is meant for NHL use. So if we move on to the main part of the chest protector, we have sort of molded shoulder floaters here with very sort of high density foam, which sort of mold around a low profile shoulder. And again, that's for NHL spec reasons. Those can't sit up high or they'll be in breach of the regulations. But they are built like an absolute tank. That's twice as thick as most of your retail spec, even pro level chest protectors. Really, really thick. And then you've got the shoulder caps underneath, which are just as thick, with a solid layer on top, and then plenty of sort of beefed up padding underneath there. So although they're sort of lower in profile, they don't sit quite as high on the shoulders. They're probably twice as protective in that area. It's just the taper on there that is needed to meet those regulations. As we sort of move down, we've got the D3O and the chest plate there. So D3O has been around for quite a while. CCM put that in pretty much every piece of like protective equipment that they bring to market, and this is no different. It just disperses that energy in the sternum and sort of chest area there. As we move to the rib and abdomen protection, we've got sort of dual layers of protection here. You've got sort of the harder sort of shell and the harder plates on there, and then you've got a thinner sort of mesh and foam underneath there. So you've got the hard impact protection on the outside, and then underneath you've got a cooler sort of mesh layer there, which is both for cooling but also just to absorb some of that extra impact as well, but without sort of adding additional weight. And that's all the way through. So the abdomen area as well, you've got a big sort of mesh belly pad that you can see underneath there, which is very, very breathable, but that is thick. That's a good sort of 2 inches thick there between the two layers of padding. So it's really, really impressive there. So yeah, that's the main chest part. I've removed one of the arms here so we can take a closer look at the arms in more detail. On both the bicep and the forearm, we've got compression molded zote foam, and that's there just to be real sort of solid impact protection without adding tons of weight. So this is incredibly light, just this one arm. I know it's detached from the whole unit, but is incredibly light. But the amount of protection there is solid. It's got sort of a solid layer on the back there, another solid layer and some padding in the middle. Same on the forearm, the exact same build, just smaller to sort of meet the smaller part of the forearm. And yeah, it's absolutely solid. CCM in the past have been a bit weak on their sort of forearm and bicep protection. There'll be absolutely no issues with this whatsoever. This is absolutely solid. As we go onto the inside, we've got sort of these mesh straps here, which you can adjust to be as loose or as tight as you want them. You can take them out altogether if you don't like them, but it just allows sort of a tight, like secure strapping in there without it digging in. So this mesh that wraps around the arm is incredibly soft and pliable. It's breathable as well to help keep you cool, but it allows you to adjust that to fit exactly how you want it to. So all throughout the chest protector, we've seen sort of this mesh, this breathable air tech mesh, which we've got at the bottom here. We've got all around the rib areas and also most of the back plate as well. So because this is a very, very protective chest protector, naturally it's going to get quite hot. So you need something to balance that out. So we've got all this sort of breathable mesh material throughout to help keep you cool without sacrificing any protection there. So overall, if I can get that to stay still. I think it's a fantastic looking chest protector. It's built like a tank, like I mentioned before. Unfortunately, I can't test it out on the ice because it's not my size. It does come in sizes fit 1 through 4. I would highly recommend trying them on because it doesn't fit like your standard small, medium, large, extra large, etc. So if you are going to be in the market for one of these, I'd recommend trying it on first just to make sure you get the right size for you because it's not your standard sort of retail sizing. That being said, I think anyone below sort of NIHL 1 level, this is probably going to be overkill. It's probably not going to be necessary. I'm not going to tell anyone how to spend their money if you feel that you particularly want it. But just because of the spec and the standard of protection, I don't think anyone under that NIHL 1 level is particularly going to need it. I would definitely put this sort of NIHL 1, National League, Elite League, and above as those that are absolutely going to need this. But again, by all means, welcome to spend money on whatever you like. I would try it out if I had it in my size. But like I say, in a world where things are getting more and more expensive, I think this is probably a very, very high-end, high-level chest protector. But it's one that's needed for those sort of higher leagues. There's been a definite gap in the market for those genuine pro-level chest protectors. So I think CCM have brought something really special to the market there. If you have any questions or any comments on this chest protector, please drop it in the comments or drop me a message, particularly on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram and YouTube yet, please do so. We say without followers, we can't get access to this equipment from the manufacturers, and the more followers we have, the more access that we get to be able to film these cool videos for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. Any questions, like I say, please drop us a message, and thank you very much for watching.